my shoes and out the door. 5, I'm alive. 6, 7, 8, feeling great. 9, gonna shine, life is good. I'm doing fine. 10, gonna do it right and do it again, yeah. I look into the sky with all its beautiful color, but there's more than just for me, so gonna share it with another. I got to show, to give, let out. I want to sing and shout. Take a look and see a beautiful morning that turns into a beautiful evening, and together make a beautiful life. And if you wanna
I've been in here and people are roaring with laughter, so...
It's a dirty show, though.
Well, it's clean dirt.
Forgive me, but the best restaurants of the world are here in Vegas. I mean, you have here the best of the best.
Yes.
So we have many celebrities here. The Harley Madison come over here, and the Usher come over here many often, and the Paris Hilton come here, and Britney Spears came over here like 2 weeks ago.
Boy, I'm dating myself, but it's okay. Nobody else will. Oh.
That's so Vegas. Hello, Vegas and all parts of the world. I'm Christine McKellar here, your host of That's So Vegas at the WCOBM studio, live in Las Vegas. It's a brand new year. So excited. 2016 is here. And I got thinking, what better way to start the new year than taking care of yourself? A little bit of health,
right?
Or in this case, a lot of health. And met an interesting fellow at an event here. I'd like to introduce Chris Martin. He's with Health+Water right here. And it's a new, I want to say it's just, to me, it's a revolutionary concept in some of the health waters that are going around. I've tried them all. Some have a bitter taste. But this water immediately grabbed my interest because I'm familiar with a lot of the ingredients over time. And I know that these are all very beneficial. Mm-hmm. And another thing that I am familiar with is nanotechnology, believe it or not. And so much is going on with the way that you, well, I want to say infuse the water, but you do use a nanotechnology.
Correct.
I mean, the stuff in here like resveratrol, the cannabinoids, which everybody knows is really now the latest as far as new age medicinal.
Mm-hmm.
People can't say enough about it. Before we, and there's so much, you've got to stay tuned for all 4 segments. I wanted to introduce you and have you tell people a little bit about your background. Another interesting thing, and then I'm going to turn this show over to you, is Chris is from, of all places, Southern Oregon, and some of my really good fans know I had the Shekels family on here from the Pioneer Saloon. Turns out we all went to the same high school. This is just so amazing. And when I was speaking with Chris, I found out that you're from actually Murphy, the Applegate area, which I have trampled those grapes, so to speak. That kind of, not the
Consumed
grapes.
a few here and there.
No,
maybe.
actually, I remember the vineyards. But on that note, I'm going to turn our attention here to Mr. Martin. And I'd like you to tell us a little bit about your background.
All right. I actually grew up on the East Coast, so although I spent quite a bit of time in Oregon. I grew up on the East Coast, a little town called Duxbury, Massachusetts. And
nice.
I spent a lot of time outside. I actually farmed cranberries as a kid. So,
nice. Everybody loves cranberries.
Of course. Cranberries are good for you, too. So
so you're a farmer.
I am a farmer.
Awesome.
From the
a man
get-go.
of the earth.
Right. I like to say a gentleman farmer.
Well, obviously, the tie certainly accentuates that. So.
Well, I saw how difficult the farming life was as a youngin', so I actually went off to college in L.A. and spent 15, 20 years in corporate America and did well at that, well enough that I was able to move to Southern Oregon, and my family and I bought a small going concern there in the Applegate and started making wine. So,
Applegate wine, I can't even imagine.
Yes. I mean, so we grew it to, it's called Troon. It's still there. It's
T-R-O-O-N.
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 And it's still doing 10,000 cases a year of wine. And
amazing.
Yeah.
That seems, Oregon seems like a natural for that, aside from maybe the weather, but the soil would be really good, right?
The weather from, this is one of the interesting things, being from Oregon, you know this, but most people think of Oregon, they think wet, right? But actually, most of Oregon's dry. Southern Oregon is relatively dry. Southern Oregon gets less rainfall per year than Dallas, Texas.
I never knew that.
Yeah, 22 inches of rain per year. So the rainfall levels are down south, or in the heat during the summer. I mean, it's hot. It's as hot at 4 o'clock in the afternoon than as it is here in many days, right?
Yeah.
So
well,
it gets
could
105, 106.
Yeah.
So it is pretty good for actually fine wine grape growing. So that's what I did for 10 years there, and I came to Las Vegas about 2 years ago, and
Okay.
kind of trying to figure out what the next phase of my life was, and that kind of came to this, which is through a variety of different relationships and getting to know different people. It really was a chance for me to take on another passion project. I believe strongly in passion projects. I've done non-passion projects, and after a while, it's kind of hard to continue on those. I think you put everything into something. You need to be excited to get up every day. And I made a commitment to myself 15 years ago that I'm waking up every day because I'm excited for the day, not for the alarm. So
I love that motto. I know it. And there is a lot of sacrifices, I well know, when you do pursue a dream and those things that keep you. I'm more passionate about what I do than money, although you have to have the money to pursue your passion. Interesting little correlation here. Wine is a form of drinking, and also, again, we found out it's very beneficial with the resveratrol in it.
Absolutely.
And that's another ingredient.
It's one of the reasons that I brought resveratrol into this product is that my friends give me a hard time. They say, used to do wine, now you do water. It's like a reverse Jesus.
Well, that was a little obvious, wasn't
Right.
it? Yeah, that's okay.
But I learned a lot about resveratrol in the wine industry, and the small amounts of resveratrol that are contained in the skins of grapes, and so that
It's
kind of was a
amazing.
logical connection to how this project came about.
That too, and there's CoQ10 in there. Anybody who's had even a dabbling in nutrition understands the value of your basic ingredients, the turmeric.
Turmeric is going to be
Turmeric.
in the concentrate. I think one of the things that I wanted to do with this, whether it's CoQ10 or D-ribose or some of the other things that are in here, is to take supplements that people do know about that are part of your everyday makeup, but then add some things that aren't. So whether that's cannabidiol or resveratrol or turmeric, those aren't things that are in our everyday diet, but those things are shown to have incredible antioxidant effects. We can't get too much into making big claims about what they do, but you can go online and read a lot about people believing that these things are killing cancer, they're curing a lot of the diseases that are out there that are
Correct.
brought about in today's world.
And also, it's the alkaline base. That's pretty much the basis of most of the waters. I know they have water has peroxide in it, the acid,
Electrolytes.
electrolytes.
I think a big part of the alkaline push and a lot of people drinking alkaline water now is that our body's pHs are not 7. So if you're drinking a regular bottled water, you're putting water into your body that's not the same pH that your body is. So
Correct.
bringing things up to a pH level that's similar or is easier to acclimate into your system is a positive thing.
Also, you can actually flush electrolytes and things out of your body with too much water, can't you? I've heard that happen with hikers and stuff.
This is actually one of the big parts of this whole industry in general, the health industry, which is it doesn't matter what day it is. You read one article that says this is good for you and one article that says this is bad for you, right?
Oh, yeah,
Don't eat meat today,
Yeah,
eat
right.
it tomorrow, eat everything. I think that, of course, the everything in moderation is sort of the best way to think. But so too much water is probably bad, and not enough water is probably bad. It's probably somewhere in the middle that you want to.
Well, I think especially living here in the desert, that too little, and especially if you're exercising. We've only scratched the surface of this whole conversation. And again, like I said in the beginning, that there's a nano particulation that you do with your water that I'm not aware of anyone else doing. And that's instrumental in no matter what you take, vitamins, etc. If they're not getting into your cells, then you have a problem. We'll be right back. I want to give a quick shout out to my sponsor. It's the Red Roof Inn on Paradise across from the Hard Rock Hotel. They're pet friendly, affordable, convenient, and close to the Strip and Airport. That's a good one. I tried airport. We'll be right back with Chris Martin. Don't go away.